Well, good evening, all my little Yodies. It is Pixie here with you tonight, and well, we're going to talk about a game. And that game is actually the first game I ever got for the N64. About a month or so before I even got an N64, I used it on my current college roommate's N64. Uh, and, well, he laughed at me somewhat, but he said it was okay. And that game was Pokemon Stadium. Now, at the point when I purchased this, I had not too long before that found Pokemon because, well, I'd watched the cartoon a few times. Okay, I'd watched it a lot. Uh, but I didn't really think about whether or not it was a game that I'd want to play. Uh, One of my friend's little brothers got a copy for Christmas that year, and he was like, you know, a little kid, so he didn't understand what was going on. He let me and his older brother play with it for a while, and I was hooked right away because I was definitely an old school RPG player, and this really, really drove hard into that. So I went and got myself a copy of Red. And when I saw that Pokemon Stadium was a thing, it's like, oh, you can actually plug your Pokemon Red or Blue into the little cartridge slot thingy that you put on the controller and play with your Pokemon that you've taken the time to raise on the TV with 3D models. Who wouldn't want to do that? So, yeah, picked it up, brand new, not long after it even came out, even. So, I mean, it was a fresh game. I even picked up a second controller pack holder so my friend and I could put our games each in and play together with our Pokemon at the same time. It was interesting. Now, the models were cool looking. The characters' moves were passable. Uh, but the game itself definitely felt like it was lacking game. Um, yeah, it just didn't really have too much going on for it. Now, the stadium events, there were quite a few tournaments you could play through. The problem with a lot of those is they had some heavy limitations, like the tiny tournament that you had to be things that weren't evolved. They had to even be small variants of the small things. They could only be up to like level 30. You know how hard it is to, work hard to get something up to just 30 and make sure that none of the stats are going over the cap limits they had in there. It was a chore. Of course, you could always play with just the stock Pokemon that come in the game, but the point was you wanted to play with your Pokemon in this game. So it took some to doing to get things leveled up to the right spots and have them ready for the right tournaments. Some of them were like level 50 or level 70 tournaments. And if you were like level 68, you were just toaster. So you had to get something up to the exact top level to be able to do okay. So, played a lot of those tournaments. And you unlock more nifty things in the game when you do that. One thing I remember that you could unlock, which is what I probably did the most of in this game, is you unlocked it came a Game Boy emulator that would just emulate your Pokemon game only. Couldn't play any other Game Boy games on there, but you could play your Red or Blue. And well, that was cool. What was even cooler was that at 2 times speed, so you could effectively put in fast forward. And for games like this, that was like, oh, thank you. You just made things easier. Made life less grindy. So I would play in 2 times. And later I found out I could further unlock 3 times. Like, oh, you make grinding much easier. Yay, I can go through that part a lot faster. Also, by this time, I'd already beat the Elite Four, so basically anything I was doing was just for the S and Gs of it. But the original Pokemon felt like it wanted to have that much play on it. And I kept going. uh, but other than playing with your friends and getting to watch your Pokemon on the television, there wasn't a lot of excitement. That really was the cap of the whole game, was getting to do that. Um, if you didn't own a copy of an actual Pokemon game besides this, it was a little bit of a disappointment of a thing to then have. But, well, if it's what you wanted to do and see Pokemon on the TV, ta-da, you got that. um, yeah, and it also only ever made it up to working with Pokemon's Red and Blue. I don't think it even worked with Yellow, which was just a slightly later release of the same game with some stuff already, extra stuff added. My hair's in my way. Uh, Now, not long after this game came out, Pokemon's Gold and Silver came out, so obviously I got those. I was pretty bummed you couldn't plug them in there. They did make a Pokemon Stadium 2 that worked with the same controller ports and stuff, but I was already checked out from that part because, well, all it was kind of a disappointment and a place to play with your Pokemon on the TV. And I'd done that. I didn't need to do that again with another cartridge, so I never went and got the second one. But I don't regret buying it. I don't regret buying the 2 game cartridge holders because I did have a lot of fun with it. Can I recommend this or the sequel now? Probably not. One, if you're playing on an emulation somewhere, you can't do the fun of plugging in your old school Pokemon game. Two, if you are going to play one of these games on a natural system, you'll need it. You'll need the cartridge holder. You're going to need a actual functioning copy of Red or Blue, or if you're in the second variant, you can get Yellow, Gold, or Silver. I'm pretty sure it didn't work with Crystal because I think those were only Game Boy standard readers, not Game Boy Color. And Crystal was a Game Boy Color only print, if I remember right. I didn't own it, so I can't be 100% sure. But yeah, unless you really are intent on looking at your Pokemon in 3D models on the TV from Red, Blue, Gold, or Silver, or Yellow, that's the only reason you ever want this. um, but it was what got me to get an N64. And I don't regret that either. Definitely don't. I got the pretty green one. It's green. And yeah, it's a thing. It's not the worst thing in the world. Not the best thing. It's a thingy thing. It's a Pokemon thing. And it's one of many Pokemon things I've owned over the years, and not the last one I'll probably talk about. So, that's Pokemon Stadium. Um, so, if you're enjoying this, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the little dingly bell. It'll let you know when I put up a new video. And of course, you want to know when I put up a new video, don't you? Get those alerts. That's fun. And if you're so inclined, my Patreon link is in the description below. Every penny helps support the channel, and I do appreciate anything anyone gives me. So that's out there for you. And speaking of which, my patrons asked me to blow kiss the camera. I'm going to do that some more. Mwah! Mwah! Kisses. Kisses for my patrons. Mwah! Anywho, thank you again for watching. This was Pixie, and I appreciate all you little fluffs out there, and I hope you all have a lovely, fluffy rest of your day. Bye-bye now.